The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And a good afternoon to each and every one of you. Dominic Carter here. The number to reach us, we see your calls coming in, 800-848-9222. So President Trump, before I get to the topic at hand, Mom Donnie, President Trump has told the Republicans vote how they wish as it relates to this Epstein mess and how Democrats, it's the only thing that they think they have, and they are sticking to it as they try and tar the president. And I don't think there's much there. But if you really want to know why Democrats are focusing on this so much, just listen. Just listen to this comment that was made on television as it relates to Epstein and President Trump, and this comment is despicable.
You don't care that the president might be a pedophile? You don't care that the
pedophile. You don't.
No
evidence of that.
No, there's no evidence of it, but that's what. No, it's not a saying. That's what we've been talking about.
There is no evidence of that. We're not going to.
No, but that's what the emails have been talking about. That's what we've been talking about all week. That's why he doesn't want to release the files. And to say that nobody cares is kind of absurd. If the president is a pedophile, we should know about it, and people would care about that.
Right. No one is suggesting that President Trump is a pedophile.
And no one is suggesting that. It is ridiculous. 800-848-9222. But it's the only thing that Democrats have, and they're holding on as long as they can. Thank God the NYPD officer is okay that was shot in the face as he returned fire on a man with a shotgun who was apparently killed, and he left to cheers as he was released from the hospital same day. And it's a wonderful thing. He was on scene of a homicide that unfolded earlier in the morning in Brownsville, Brooklyn, when the alleged shooter opened a door from a first floor apartment and opened fire with a shotgun. But the officer is okay. So the future of New York City, a panel discussion that I moderated earlier today, and every news station, TV station in town in New York was there for the event. It included Mr. Katsimatides, Mrs. Katsimatides, Governor David Patterson, former NYPD Chief John Chell, Kathy Wild of the New York City Partnership Business Interest, political consultant Hank Scheinkoff, Suzanne Miller, real estate, and Fernando Mateo. Again, in just a few hours, you'll see a story on this as it relates to what occurred on your local news channel. So two things, TV channels, two things. One, that developed, in the midnight hour, and we see all your calls coming in. President Trump announcing that he will meet with Mom Donnie at the White House. We don't know the date as of yet. And the current mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, still in Israel, and he's criticizing Mom Donnie on a daily basis. The mayor delivering a message to Jewish New Yorkers that he doesn't want to sugarcoat the rise of anti-Semitism in the city and around the world since the war in Gaza began. And so the mayor sending an appropriate and real message, concerned about what is going to happen. But let's deal with the event this morning. It was called The Future of New York City, a group that's going to be monitoring the mayor and trying to work with him to help the city. I want you to listen. Before we start with your telephone calls, listen to the man that put it all together, the owner of this network, John Katsimatides.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here today. And we are here as concerned New Yorkers that we all love New York. Everything that happened in the campaign, how do they say about it in Brooklyn? Forget about it. It is what it is. And whether we like people, don't like people, the one thing that we all hold in common is we all love New York. And we want New York to go in the right direction, and we want New York to thrive like it always has. And we want the quality of life to be the right thing for our kids and grandkids. I can take care of myself. What I worry about is my kids and grandkids. And also, besides the quality of life, at the 5 o'clock show, me and Rita Cosby play Exodus. Well, we want to stop the exodus. We want to stop the people leaving New York City. The next thing is businesses. We want to make sure that businesses don't panic because of anything that's stupid that may happen. And we're concerned about businesses. We're concerned about people. We're concerned about tourists. We love New York, and we want to make sure New York thrives and doesn't go backwards. And I don't know what we're going to.
And so that's Mr. Catsimatidis. As of right now, the president is in the Oval Office talking the World Cup Task Force. We're monitoring this for any topics that may go off of soccer. If they happen to do so, we'll bring them to you live. Actor Jon Voight is calling on President Trump to do something, anything, to make sure that Mamdani doesn't even take office. 800-848-9222. Let's start with line one. Paul in the great state of Kansas. Paul, what's on your mind?
I love your show. I mean, you make me laugh because I'm going to miss the interaction of the phone callers calling in about Curtis Sliwa, and you would get on them, and I'd be sitting in my garage laughing to no end. All
right, Paul. So what's the point you want to talk about?
I feel sorry for New Yorkers. I mean, the diehard conservative, hardworking Americans, because, I was born in Belize, so I know what it's like, to struggle. But anyways, well, I thank you for taking my call, but that's all I had to say.
Thank you, Paul. Let's go to Judith in Brooklyn, line 3. Judith, what's on your mind?
Hi. Oh, hold on. I'm off the speakers. Dominic, I heard your opening, and that I don't know who that guy was because I opened up a little late. Who's that guy that said he might be a pedophile?
His name is Torre. He used to be on MSNBC until they canned him.
Well, okay. No wonder. So here I want to tell you something. These people, these Democrats, I got to call them, they're going to have egg on their face because President Trump, as a billionaire, Dominic, he owned the Plaza Hotel and Mar-a-Lago, and he had a lot of very rich people throw parties and affairs and like party affairs and weddings, whatever. And Trump was known to come out and greet these people and take pictures with them, including Epstein, before Epstein was known as a pedophile. Epstein mingled with all the rich and famous. No one knew Epstein was a pedophile till he went to jail and was convicted, right? But before that, it will show that President Trump did know him, had nothing to do with him a thing. I also heard that Epstein would go to Mar-a-Lago and he would steal away Trump's workers. And Trump told him, cut it out, And then at one point he started up with a young girl, and that's when Trump said, you cannot come anymore to Mar-a-Lago. But guess what? The other guys, what's her name? Katie Couric, right? And the other one, Stephanopoulos. After he was convicted and after he was a pedophile, they went to his house and had dinner. So you got to ask yourself why. Are they pedophiles because they hung out with him after he was convicted?
Good question. I'm just sick of this. I don't think there's anything there. If there was something there, the Democrats would have released these files 4 years ago when Biden was in office. And that's the bottom line. Judith, thank you for the great call. Let's go to Joe, line 5, Mount Sinai, New York. Joe, what's on your mind?
Well, as far as the Epstein thing, the Biden administration had that since 2022 or 2021. They could have bleached, bidded everything else they wanted out and just framed up the Trump stuff. And as far as the derangement with liberals, it takes a toll on you. Katie Couric used to, not too long ago, used to look young and vibrant. Now she looks like she has one foot on a banana peel and the other one in a grave. See what hate does to you, Katie? And trying to lead people. You people are sick, and you're getting, as Bob Grant would say, and you're getting sicker every day. Defend your country. Forget about these scumbags that are here for a handout and to do us harm. Get your head out of your asses and wake up and fly straight.
Not a bad message there, Joe. Thank you for it. Joe makes a wonderful point. We're all Americans, and it seems like it's Trump at all costs. Trump at all costs. I'm going to play something on the Midnight Show. A psychologist that says 75% of his people are dealing with Trump derangement syndrome. 75% of his clients. Jenny, line 1, Staten Island. Jenny, what's on your mind?
Hello?
Yes, it says here Jenny on line 1. You don't sound like Jenny.
No, it's Kenny. Good afternoon,
Kenny.
Dominic.
Okay.
I'm calling in about Mandani. How isn't the federal government deeming him a security threat to New York when he supports Hamas and Hezbollah, which, besides hating the Jewish people, they also wish death and harm to America? How can he be a security threat and not be fit to serve?
Because he's a smart politician, so he knows how far to go up into the line and then to pull back. And he acts through innuendo without saying exactly where he's coming from. But it's dangerous, Kenny. You said Kenny, correct?
Right, but I also believe that he wants to keep the police force at a minimum, which can open up the door to another 9/11 because we don't have the protection of the police if he keeps everything low.
Right. I hear you, Kenny. Unfortunately, he's the mayor-elect, and whether we like it or not, pretty soon this guy is going to take office. I'll do you one insult even better. Pretty soon he's headed to the White House. Pretty soon he is headed to the White House. Thank you for the call, Kenny. Apologize for having your name wrong here. Let's go to Carol in Michigan. Carol, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. I can empathize with you on your diet problem. And I want to tell you, you should 1 month from today say, I am going to have a Big Mac, but no Big Mac until then. And I want to tell you, I'm on a restrictive diet, and I cheat once a month or so. And it works.
So
it's a mindset.
So Carol, true story. So my wife got into a fender bender with one of the cars, and I had to have the car repaired. So we had to do this panel with all of these television cameras here today. So we did that first. Then I had to shoot up to the Bronx to pick up the car, shoot back downtown to do the show right now, shoot over to pick them up. And in between, I'm not going to lie to you, Carol, I didn't have time to eat anything else. I had a quarter pounder and a large fry. And don't tell Liz in Florida that, but I'm sorry. I just had to do it. It was either that or don't eat. And so, because that's how precious the time is. I thank you for the wonderful call and for the well wishes. Thank you, Carol, and bless your heart. Time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we are back. President Trump, it looks like he just wrapped up his news conference at the White House, speaking live to reporters, talking about the fact of the strikes, the military strikes against those bringing in drugs to the country. I supported 1,000%. I say blow them all up. Let's go to line 1. Eduardo in Tampa, Florida. Eduardo, what's on your mind?
Yeah, good afternoon, Dominic. Thank you for the nice lead-in. Yeah, I think this week or next week I was telling your producer that it could happen. And he'll have to be careful because...
Wait. What could happen? We don't know your point of reference, what you're talking about. What could happen?
Land strikes.
Okay,
Sorry,
land strikes. Okay,
yeah.
Go ahead.
And they didn't waste any time, the Democrats, thinking, especially somebody like Governor Pritzker saying, oh, here comes Wag the Dog. There we go. So I don't care what the other side thinks. When we're ready to go, the president's going to say, yes, this is the time to go and do this.
And that's the way it should go. That's what's called leadership. Thank you for the call. Now here I'm in for a twist. I believe this is Mike and Comac, who hates everything about Trump's being. If this is the same Mike, line 3, what's on your mind, Mike?
Hi, Dominic. It's an honor to speak to you. His first-time caller.
Oh, okay, so you're not the same Mike. Okay, go ahead.
No, different Mike. I just had a question about Mamdani. He mentioned that he's going to follow international law, but as a mayor, isn't it his job to enforce just local, state, and follow federal law? Like, how can you go about following international law? I think that's illegal, isn't it?
Well, no, as long as he's following in accord with what federal law is, then there's no problem. It's when, if he thinks he's going to arrest Netanyahu, that he's going to have a tremendous big problem. But I don't even think he's that crazy. I think that was a campaign talking point, and that's as far as it goes. I believe. We'll see. Mike, thank you for the great call. Mike, don't be a stranger. Call in a lot more. We want to hear from you. Do we have a deal?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much,
Thank you, Mike. Let's go. I called her up. Let's go to Liz in Florida. Line 1. Liz, what's on your mind?
Just remember, Dominic, I'm always listening. I actually just want to say how amazing Israel is. I mean, everyone should be pro-Israel.
Agreed.
They just came up with a new innovation, and it just came out today, real dairy milk with no cows involved. So there's a 3% cow-free milk created using, I'm going to say it's beta-lactoglobin. It's the key whey protein found in traditional milk.
Wait, say that again. Say that again, Liz.
It's called beta-lactoglobin, and it's BLG. It's the key whey protein found in traditional milk. It's not soy, it's not almond, it's not oat. It's real milk and produced in a lab. So it's just incredible. Israel doesn't stop. And this guy, this person who's going to become mayor, I'm not sure, how long he's going to last there. His agenda is just remove Israel from the map. That's it. It's not about the American people. It's not about the New Yorkers. Israel has done so much for the world. Okay. And, I'm sure Waze, the firewall, the USB flash drive, the Iron Dome, the mobile eye in your car. The pill cam, a swallowable camera capsule that shows any type of issues, an emergency Band-Aid, a soda stream, a baby breathing and movement monitor, and I could go on and on.
So wait, Liz, did you say a iron in your car?
No, the mobile eye.
Oh.
The vision, the advanced
the mobile
driver
eye.
system
Okay.
when you're in the car. Right.
Okay, fair enough. Liz, great to talk to you. I wish I had more time, but I've got to toss to a break. We see all the other calls. That's Liz in Florida. We're going to take a break. We're coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative. On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And Mayor Adams in Israel raising concern for the Jewish community under Mamdani. Dominic Carter back with you, 800-848-9222. Like I said at the top of the program, the future of New York City, organized by the network's owner, Mr. Katzimatidis, Mrs. Margot Katzimatidis, a number of community leaders, local leaders here at the station. Just a few hours ago, I got to moderate it. All the political establishment in terms of the media was here at the station. Marsha Kramer from Channel 2, Melissa Russo from Channel 4, Politico, New York One. I can go on and on and on and on. And so you will be seeing part of this on your evening newscast, whatever station you happen to be looking at as it relates to Mamdani, the incoming mayor of New York City. And so, yes, you may notice I say his name a little high-pitched and a little strange. And it's my way of saying, Mr. Mayor-elect, we know that you're running game. Absolute game on the people of New York because your agenda is dead on arrival. At the event, amongst the leaders, political consultant Hank Scheinkoff, here's what he had to say.
So, Hank, what's going on here today?
Well, it's a meeting of some people who care deeply about the future of New York City, and they have reason to be concerned.
And what's your concern?
We're running into a significant fiscal crisis. We have a state in severe fiscal crisis. We have leaders that are incapable of making decisions. We have a criminal justice system that's really going to go through some very significant problems. Why? We don't have enough police officers. We're down 4,000. We're down significant numbers of detectives. Rikers Island, which all administrations refuse to deal with, is not being properly manned or attended to. And there's a lunatic idea that you can just release these guys onto the street and somehow things will be fine. It's not good news. And it's not good news for the city. Wherever you start with the Jews, it never ends with the Jews. That's just the beginning.
And what's interesting, Mamdani met with the police commissioner, Jessica Tisch. I asked our panel how many thought she's going to stay on and how many thought she's going to leave, and it was split. So it's unclear if the police commissioner that's doing a great job, if she's going to remain on the job. Remember, Mamdani, the NYPD is down several thousand officers. He wants to cap the enrollment, the officers at what exists now. So in other words, there won't be enough cops on the street to fight the problems. We mentioned Mayor Adams. He's in Israel. We played this early this morning, the midnight show. He's warning that is, Adams is ringing the alarm bell for the Jewish community under Mayor Mamdani.
There is a full frontal attack on Jewish people, and hate is alive and is well, and social media is contributing to it, as well as the arrogance, and as well as many people who want to pretend as though it does not exist. It does exist, and I'm not going to be part of those who are going to sugarcoat the hatred that we are seeing. The time is now. We must unite together. There are many conversations that's taking place across the entire globe to reclaim their countries and reclaim their communities and families. And I said this before and I'll say it again. If I was a Jewish New Yorker with children, I would be concerned right now.
The mayor of New York City, if he was a Jewish New Yorker with children, he would be concerned right now. 800-848-9222. I am so happy that the SNAP program, the food stamps program, big announcements are expected next week on this. The Trump administration cracking down. They claim they have a plan to fix it. And that's what the American people deserve. If you're down on your luck, you need help. If you think that this is going to go from generation to generation, it's time for a rude awakening. This is Secretary of Agriculture Rollins.
But I do think what the Democrats did not include in their calculation in their insane government shutdown was the fact that this spotlight was going to be shined upon one of their favorite government welfare programs that under Joe Biden increased 40%. Where all that money went, trying to buy elections, we're not 100% sure, but we're rolling it back now. On day one, back in February, for me, we sent a letter to every governor saying, send us your SNAP data. All of this money that the federal government, the taxpayers are paying for food stamps, we don't even know where it goes, what happens, what they're doing with it, and we said no more. So 29 states complied and 20 plus others did not, and we're in litigation right now. But of the 29 that complied, what we have found is staggering. 500,000 people getting benefits 2 times under the same name. 5,000 dead people. 80% of the able-bodied Americans, meaning they can work, they don't have small children at home, they're not taking care of an elderly parent, they can work and they choose not to work, of course, because they're getting significant benefits from the taxpayer. So this light, Laura, that has now been shined on what is perhaps one of the most corrupt, dysfunctional programs in American history that we are working now. Very big announcements coming next week on this. We are cracking down. We now have a plan to fix it, and we're really, really excited about doing that for the American people.
And so the crackdown can't happen soon enough. I'm looking at my Twitter, at my X, before we go right back to your telephone calls. The lovely DMS says, Liz lets you skate. You know what, DMS? I think Liz is tired of telling me what to do food-wise. What they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink. So I think that's where we stand on that. The lovely Debbie Lebedo, Staten Island, says, let's hope after Mamdani meets with our president, he will give him an offer he can't refuse. Amen to that, Debbie. Adding that the psychologist that has all of these Trump derangement syndrome clients has to ask, what media outlets do they listen to? That's a great question to actually ask. So let's go back to your telephone calls. Jan, line 4, Lenbrook. Jan, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that the Democrats should be worried about what comes out about them. Aren't they the party that goes along with everything dirty and rotten?
You got a good point there, Jan. Go ahead, continue.
That's pretty much all I wanted to say.
Okay, well, you're on point there. You're on point, Jan. Don't be a stranger. We want to hear from you. Rose, line 3, Long Island. What's on your mind, Rose?
Hi, Dominic. Thanks for taking my call. I just want to say that no one, when Mandami meets with our president, I just want to quote somebody that I absolutely love. Mandami will be so obvious to Trump, and Trump will see right through his okie doke.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. I think that's going to be obvious. I would love to be a fly on the wall, though, in that meeting. How do you think it's going to go, Rose, that meeting?
I think he's going to let him know, Trump's going to let Mandami know that he's going to keep an eye on everything he does, because if he intends to do all these crazy things he said he was going to do, I don't think he's going to last in office more than a year and a half. I don't. I mean, he's going to open up Rikers. He's going to defund the police.
You said open up Rikers. He wants to close Rikers. He wants the criminals to have free reign.
That's right. That's what I meant.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Go ahead.
I just think he's just going to be replaced. I think he's going to be plucked right out of there. And as far as Commissioner Tisch goes, I say she stays because they need a strong buffer between the uniformed people and this guy. And she has to let him know in no uncertain terms that she will not implement any policy that she considers dangerous to her troops. And I think
right.
she'll be. I think she'll do that. I don't care about the woman reference, but she'll be a vicious, ferocious, protective mama bear, and that's what they need.
I like that, Rose. A vicious, protective mama bear. And she's also, because she has a great legacy going forward for her career. And if she goes down that road with Mom Donnie, her career will be mud just like his. So you're right. What was that one more time, Rose? A protective mama bear?
Vicious, fierce mama bear protecting her cubs. That's what she has to be. And any policy he comes out with that she believes is detrimental and dangerous to the men and women that wear blue, then she has to let him know in writing that she doesn't approve of it. And if he starts to bully her, that's a whole different story. You know, I think she's Jewish. She's a woman. She doesn't have to take his crap. Nobody has to take his
she doesn't
crap.
have to take his crap. Her family is filthy, filthy, filthy rich. She doesn't have to put up with any of this. Hey, Rose, are you a mom?
I lost you.
Are you still there? Are you a mom, Rose?
I'm still, I'm here. I didn't know what happened.
Are you a mom?
No, I'm not.
Wait, Rose. Well, maybe you can help me with this. I have a question. So sometimes I watch on Instagram, right? When I can't sleep and I'm laying in the bed and it's, and the cat just walked away and it's like 4:00 in the morning and I got to be up at 6 or 7 and I'm looking at these videos and they're contagious, right? So maybe you can help me with this. I don't think you have to be a mom to explain this to me, whether you're an animal like the tigers, whether you're a lion, whether you're an elephant. Oh, the elephants, you go near their babies, you got a problem. Whether you're human. So you said she should be a protective, fierce mama bear. Why is it that mothers will kill you for their children, or if you're an animal, for their babies? Why is that?
It's just natural instinct. It is natural instinct, whether it's an elephant, although I never saw, and I know you love alligators.
I don't love them. I don't like them because they don't like me, Rose. The alligators don't like me. They don't like me.
I know they don't.
Rose, I got to tell you something. So my family was in Florida this weekend. I was going to pay for them to go on one of those safari. No, it's not safari. With the water with with the alligators. I'm scared to death of the alligators. So they don't like me, Rose. I don't bother them. They just don't like me. I guess it's a Dominic thing. I'm only joking, Rose. I'll give you the final word.
Well, that's why I don't want to move to Florida. They walk. I play golf. I've been playing golf for 55 years.
Wait a minute, Rose. You play golf?
For 55 years, Dominic.
So
yep,
what?
I did.
Okay, so Rose, wait. I'm going to get to the other callers. What's the key? Because I've always been told by my family, but you need to learn how to play golf. All the business deals in your business are cut on the golf course. You need to be out there with the rest of the men. And I'm like, how do you hit the ball? What do you call it? A tee? Yes, a tee. How do you keep your aim to hit the ball?
Well, you just line up, you set your spine angle and rotate around it. You don't go dancing, you don't go lifting up your feet. You make believe you have a rod through your spine coming out where, grounded in the dirt, and then you just stay on that point and rotate around the axis. That's all it is. And keep a nice soft grip. You can't imagine what a difference that makes. Don't try to muscle the ball. These guys get a lot of power just from mechanics.
So
That's
why do they say golf is so competitive?
Oh, it's a great game. You could go anywhere in the world and play. Egypt, Israel, although they don't have many courses. You could go anywhere in the world. I worked in the embassy in Ottawa for a time, and the first weekend I was there, I just said, where's the local course? I went, and I said to the starter, do you have a room for a single? He said, not till 1:30. Some guy said, oh, miss, we just had a cancellation in our foursome. Would you like to join us? Oh, that's so kind. Can you be ready in 10 minutes?
Wow.
Yeah, and you know what? That would never happen here in New York, I have to tell you, because I started playing at Bethpage 55 years ago, and I was online at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, trying to get out on the black course, and there were no other women around, and they weren't kind, but you know what? It's okay.
It's crazy, Rose. I got to move on, but I don't even play, as I just said. And for years, I've had friends having me call in political favors to get them into the best golf courses on Long Island. And I just never understood it. And I'm doing these favors and I never understood the game. So who knew? Rose has been playing golf for 55 years. Rose, thank you for that amazing call. Let's go to line 4, Rich in Connecticut. Rich, what's on your mind?
Hello, Dominic. How are you? Thanks for taking my call. I was just listening to your tape of Mayor Adams in Israel. 2 things. Number 1, I'm wondering what is he doing in Israel? And number 2, he did nothing for the Jews, and they were being assaulted on college campuses all over New York. He was deaf. He was out of sight. He wasn't anywhere around. So
the Jewish government doesn't see it the way you do. He met with Netanyahu today, where Netanyahu described him as a great friend of the Jewish community. I hear you, Rich. You have your pet peeves with Adams as it relates to the Jewish community, but Netanyahu and his government, they don't see it that way. It's a taxpayer trip. We're paying for him to be there, but he had a great meeting with Netanyahu just a short time ago. Rich, thank you for the call. I've got to take a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And the Tunnel to Towers Foundation final thoughts of the day. Marjorie Taylor Greene, what is going on with her? President Trump says he no longer is backing her. And this is what consultant Scott Jennings has to say on this Taylor Greene Trump battle.
I do think it started with that political engagement. When they sent her that poll, that's when you start to see everything change. She opposed the president on his Middle East policy, attacking the Houthi rebels, attacking Iran. She's opposed the president on deportations this summer. So she has sort of become a policy opponent of the president, but I think it really all started with that political engagement, and now she's one of his most frequent critics on some of what I would argue has been his biggest successes this year. And if you want to count yourself as an ally of the President of the United States, it's not great to go out and run out to The View and other places and crap on him 24 hours a day. I mean, that's essentially what she's become. It's a well-worn path. A lot of other Republicans who've turned on the president have done that too.
But there's a difference.
And I don't like the new Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, but I'm looking at my Twitter, my ex, and Marianne Booton says, quote, "We all just love you, Dominic TV, Dominic, and want you to be healthy. I won't start on you. You have enough ladies coming at you." Ooh, I'm telling. Amy, line 3, New Jersey. What's on your mind, Amy?
Oh, Dominic, so happy to talk to you. I want to go back to the crocodiles, the alligators, and the golf for a second.
Oh, boy.
So the reason I think that you might feel like you're having trouble cutting it on the golf course is the same reason that you don't like the alligators or why they hate you, you think, because they don't have a limbic system like their humanity. They're not emotional. So you have to just think bring out your inner thespian, become, the alligator next time you're on the golf course, and just imagine all you have to do is be very annoyed when anyone talks to you, unless they're rushing, because they should rush because they're taking your time for no reason.
No, but Amy, I can't be mean to people, because if I make it be known that I don't want to be bothered for 2 seconds, Twitter. I just bumped into Dominic Carter and he was so mean to me. So I can't do that. Yeah, Amy, I really shouldn't say this. I'm my own worst enemy. Sometimes when I'm stopped on the street, you don't think I want to say to somebody, can you please get out of my face? I don't want to talk politics right now. Amy, you don't think there are times when I want to say that?
It's easy to love people until they interact with you sometimes. So you want me to love the alligators? You want me to love the alligators, Amy? But you pretend that you can't talk. You don't speak their language. And you have to read their behaviors and their body language instead.
So do I read their body language and once they bite me in the rear end? When do I read their body language?
It's just a skill that they have on the golf. It's a skill you could. Wait, what body language would you read? So you know how someone, when they come up to you sometimes, noticeably before they'll interact verbally, they'll look you up and down.
Right, that's what I do. That's what makes me so good at what I do for a living. I can read anyone in front of me, Amy. I got to move on. I could read them in 30 seconds, their whole life story in 30 seconds. Let's go to Bob, line 4 in the Boogie Down Bronx. Bob, what's on your mind?
Well, I grew up under welfare and aid for dependent children, and we used to have an investigator come once a month to make sure we had no telephone or television, anything. So I'm glad to see that Trump is cutting down, going to investigate all these people who are ripping off the system with SNAP and everything.
Absolutely. It's a step in the right direction. Let's go to line 1, Phil in Georgia. What part of Georgia, Phil?
Hi, Dominic. I just got a quick question.
Wait a minute, Phil. You didn't answer my question. What part of Georgia?
Warner Robins.
Okay, all right. So we got 30 seconds left of the show. Go ahead.
I'm 6 minutes away from the Air Force Base, a military town.
Okay, so go ahead, please.
I'm sorry.
No, Phil, go ahead, please. We got 20 seconds left of the show.
Hi, as far as I understand, most politicians, they put their hand on the Bible.
Yes.
And
Phil, get to the point, please. Yes, they put their hand on the Bible. What's your point?
And they say,
Phil, we got 10 seconds left in the show. What is your point?
Is Mondami going to put his hand on the Bible or the Quran?
I hope he's going to put his hand on the Bible for his sake, folks. All it takes is $11 a month. Donate $11 a month to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation at T2T.org. See you at midnight.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder, what the heck is going on here? If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.